This is serious for you. My child, you won. Only a select few will see this. Don't skip. Your life depends on reading this message right now. 99% will ignore this, my child. This is serious for you. Please take your time reading these words and let them sink in before your mind tries to push them away. Few people will ever really understand what it means that you won. You think that winning is loud, celebrated, and clear, but the victory you walked through was quiet, hidden, and hard to get. You will miss out on what I fought for your life if you skip this. Not because I'm going to leave you, but because you don't have to understand. And understanding that is ignored always comes back as confusion. Some people are the only ones who can see this moment. It doesn't make you better than other people. It gets you ready. A lot of people, 99%, will not pay attention to this because they are tired, busy, cautious, or scared of what clarity might ask of them. They'll scroll past it, tell themselves it's not important, and promise to come back later. You stopped for a reason, though. You could feel weight in some way. Before you could explain it, you could feel how serious it was. I tell you this with love and truth. What you hear now will change your life. This is a big change, but only in the way your life will go from now on. Don't skip this message. That is not what I mean to control you. I'm saying this because you lived through something that was meant to kill you. Before you do anything else, you need to know why. That's what you've been calling it. You've been saying it was luck. That's what you've been calling it. You haven't called it a win yet, though, because you weren't able to see clearly during the battle. You could only feel the stress, the fatigue, the weight, and the confusion. You couldn't see the edges that kept you safe. There were times when things could have gone very badly, and it would have been easy to give up. This is very important because you are much closer than you think. There were times when your heart hurt more than you told anyone. You never said what you were thinking. Some nights, you told yourself, just one more day. You think that was fine. You believe that all people feel that way, but what you walked through wasn't normal. Many people would have lost themselves, their hope, and their sense of what life was all about as the path got narrower. We're still here, ready to listen and talk. That's not a mistake. You won because you didn't change into someone you weren't supposed to be. Even though disappointment made it easy for you to become angry, you didn't. That's why you won. No matter how much it hurt, you didn't give up the truth for comfort. That's why you won. You won because you didn't numb yourself into disappearance, but stayed present in your own life. Those options were not loud. They didn't get any praise. But they're what keeps you standing. Few people will get this because most people never stop to think about why they are still alive. Because they think about it too much, they rush back into noise, habit, and distractions. Reflection makes you think. When you reflect, you take responsibility. You can change how you live by reflecting. That's why a lot of people stay away from it. You didn't, though. You take a break. You are still here right now. It means you're ready to hear what this moment means. This message could save your life because it changes the way things are going. You would carry old fear, doubt, and misunderstandings with you if you didn't have clarity. The next season would be called pressure instead of purpose, which is wrong. You might think you need to fight again, even though you already won the first time. That's not okay with me. Not after everything you've been through. You lived through what was meant to kill you, not because you can't be hurt, but because you were safe. There were limits on what could get to you. At times, Something that couldn't be seen got in the way. Thoughts that would have taken years to heal are very close to what you made. You have no idea how many times you were slowed down to keep you from hurting yourself too quickly. Protection doesn't usually make itself known. You're still alive, but you feel different, and you don't know why. This is very important, because you need to change how you live now that you've won. It's not through prayer or fear, but through being aware. When you win, you have responsibilities. Not the duty to perform, but the duty to live an honest life. To stop downplaying what you went through. To stop telling yourself it wasn't a big deal. To stop walking like you're still in danger, even though you're outside of danger. Say, "My soul is yours, God, forever if you live for His glory." 99% will not care about this, because it is easier to think that life is random than to believe that it has a purpose. It tells you to pay attention. That is, they told you to slow down. That is, they asked you to make a different choice. A lot of people would rather be busy than learn. You didn't skip though. You stayed. That's why this is for you. You need to hear this before you move on, because moving forward without understanding leads to doing the same thing over and over again. You would be going through the same problems and wonder why the same feelings keep coming back, why peace seems to be taking too long to come, and why something seems unfinished. Something ends with this message. As the chapter ends, you realize you didn't know what to call it. You won, but it didn't look like you were celebrating. To me, it looked like endurance. It looked like holding back. In a season that tried to make you tougher, it looked like staying soft. It looked like it would have been easier to be honest instead of pretending. There was a choice to live even though it felt heavy to live. That's why only a few people will get it. A lot of people mix up victory and success. Not many people see it as preservation. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. I didn't protect you just so you could go back to living in the dark, so this is very bad. I didn't get you through that time just so you could laugh it off. I kept you safe because there is more that needs the depth you have now. You can't just walk into that. This is something you can't skip over. Do not skip this. But not because you don't want to lose something. You deserve to know the truth about yourself. You should know that what you thought was just staying alive was actually a victory. You have the right to know that your strength was real, not something you made up. You should be able to move forward without guessing, hoping without knowing why, or getting ready to fall apart. This moment is rare because people aren't always aware. A lot of people go through life never really understanding why they made it through what they did. They don't deal with it, learn from it, or let it change them in healthy ways before moving on. I'm not going to let you do that. You had a reason for stopping. There's a reason you're still here. What you hear now will affect the choices you make tomorrow, which means your life depends on it. It will change what you can stand. You'll see yourself differently after this. It will alter the way you walk in the future. Not wildly, steadily, quietly, or deeply. Follow me. Take a break from all this stress. Not out of fear, but because I respect what you just went through. You got it. Now you need to know what that really means before you move forward again. You should not be here at all, so this is very important. Not by chance, not by luck, and not just because you're strong. I need you to listen slowly, because you've become used to noise, because your survival has been so quiet. You told yourself that you were strong enough, careful enough, and lucky enough. At times, though, your life could have gone in a very different direction. There were times when the weight you were carrying could have killed you. There were times when you were closer to despair than you let on. You are here because someone looked out for you, not because you were untouched. There were threats that you never saw because they never got to you. Some turns you didn't make because something slowed you down, just long enough to keep you from getting hurt. Some decisions were put off. That's what you thought were just random events. You believed that was the way things always are. However, I was there putting up walls where you couldn't see them, stopping things that would have taken more from you than you could afford to lose. You were close to losing it more times than you'd like to remember. There were times when your heart felt weak, when you were strong even though you were tired, when routine and responsibility were all that held you together. What did you tell yourself? To keep going, not make a fuss, and just stay alive. It wasn't clear how heavy it was. You didn't ask for help in a way that other people could see. But I saw how hard it was. I saw the nights when you couldn't sleep because your mind was racing. When you woke up in the morning, you were already tired. I saw times when it would have made sense to give up. Please help our channel. Our job is to make you happy and devoted to God. You can also give us money through Super if you want to. Thank you for your help. It was a battle you didn't know how to talk about. Not all of the time were they loud or clear. They didn't always happen when things went wrong. They could come in the form of slow erosion, constant pressure, or doubts that ate away at your sense of what life was all about. That feeling that you were carrying too much by yourself, being alone, or not understanding what was going on. These things did not happen by chance. Your patience was put to the test, your identity was attacked, and your hope was questioned at times. You didn't know it, but there were spiritual battles going on all around you. Chaos didn't always look like an attack. Sometimes they looked like being numb. Sometimes it looked like they were down and out for no clear reason. They could look like the thought that your life wasn't as important as other people's, that your efforts were small, and that you were lucky to be alive. Those thoughts were not good. They were meant to slowly wear you down and make you forget how important it was to stay. If things had been left up to chance, you should not be here now. There were times when a single choice could have caused you years of pain. There were relationships that could have taken over your life. There were paths that looked good but would have made you feel empty. On some days, you might have given up caring because you were so sad. Those things didn't happen to you because you were smarter or stronger, but because I stepped in quietly. You were not ready to make decisions, so I kept them from you. It was my job to keep you away from things that would have hurt you deeply. I let your pain keep you from going to places that felt safe, but were actually unsafe. Protection often feels like it's getting in the way. It's like losing something. It makes me feel let down. But the break saved you more than you know. It was almost like you lost yourself emotionally. You learned how to do things even though they hurt. When you were sad, you learned how to smile. You learned how to keep going even when things were rough inside. It helped you stay alive, but it also made it hard to see how close you were to the edge. That edge I saw how little room there was between going on and giving up. I stayed close. There were times when your life suddenly slowed down. When things didn't go as planned or progress stopped for no reason, you thought you were failing. These slowdowns, on the other hand, were put there to keep you safe. You didn't know how much speed would have cost you. You couldn't go into places that would have needed more from you at the time because you were moving more slowly. You can't keep telling yourself that what you went through was nothing, so this message is very important. When you think about survival as little, you don't value the life you were given. You didn't just get through some tough times. You were kept alive by them. Preservation doesn't mean performing. It means being aware of how you live. You didn't get away with it because you're perfect. Because your life is important, you were spared. Because what you're becoming is important. Since I would have lost something irreplaceable if I had lost you. You are not the same as anyone else. You are not a waste of time. And the fact that you are still here shows that care was planned. When you felt alone, there were times when you could see hands holding you. There were limits on how far you could go in your sadness. Thoughts didn't take hold because they were stopped before they could settle down. You have no idea how many times a worse outcome was stopped. You only know the part of the story where you made it out alive. You believed that your strength was what kept you alive. It helped to be strong, but being strong alone doesn't explain who lived. You made it through days when you didn't feel like doing anything. You stayed some days even though you didn't feel brave. Even when hope was low, you didn't go away. It wasn't a mistake. This is very important, because you should know that your life was saved for a reason now that you are here. Not a dramatic reason that needs to be heard over the noise and hurry, but a meaningful reason that needs care and attention. You can't keep moving forward like you're still fighting to stay alive when the battle that was a threat to your life has been stopped. It was kept from you that you would become someone who is hardened by pain. It was safe for you not to lose compassion. You were kept safe from anger that might have seemed right. Those safeguards did not come with no effort. They were kept up. They had to be followed. They were important. I'm talking about gravity, because knowing how to stay alive changes how you live. It changes what you can handle. You treat yourself differently after that. You take your place in the world less seriously afterward. You're not here by accident. You were meant to be here. There were points in the road where going in either direction could have been very different. Not every time you chose, you were aware of it. You had to pause sometimes because you were slowed down, redirected, or upset enough. You were saved by those breaks. You might not know what from. To honor the truth, you don't need to know the specifics, though. You need to be aware of this message right away in order to move forward. If you keep living like surviving is normal, you might end up back in places and situations that used to be dangerous for you. Not because you are weak, but because you are careless when you forget something. If the weight hadn't been able to crush you, you should not be here still. It was never meant for you to be here if you let sadness make you think that nothing mattered. If every attack had done what it was meant to do, you should never have been here. Protection stepped in and brought you here. Please don't call it luck anymore. Please don't call it a coincidence anymore. Don't tell yourself that anyone else would have made it through what you did. Not all of them did. Not all of them do. It's important that you're here. This level of seriousness is not meant to scare you. It's meant to keep you grounded, to teach you to value the life you carry, so you can see that preservation brings purpose, not stress. To have a purpose, you must first understand. I watched over you even though you didn't know you needed it, so you're still here. I held you steady when you were wobbly. When you were weak, I limited the damage. I was there for you when you couldn't have handled things on your own. You can change how you live now that you know this. Don't worry about whether or not your life is important anymore. You can no longer think that your endurance is not important. You don't have to treat survival like something you should hurry through. This is bad because your life was saved, and you should pay attention to that truth. You were not forgotten. You were kept safe. Now you need to carry the truth with you before you move on, for the life that was saved when it might have been lost, not out of fear. You were always meant to be here, and you are still here. That fight you didn't even know you were in, you won. I'm being careful with that because the word battle makes you think of something loud, clear, and dramatic. But the war you were in didn't tell you about it. It didn't have enemies or weapons that were easy to see. It slowly came over me through my thoughts, my tiredness, and the pressure that never seemed to go away. You didn't think it was as bad as it was because it was quiet. You thought you were just tired. You thought you were just stressed. You thought this was just because life was hard. But there was more going on than you thought. Put Jesus in. If his faithfulness keeps you going, you are my constant hope. You were fighting with your spirit over who you were. The attacks did not tell them to give up. Their form was a question. There were doubts about your worth, whether you were important, and whether your life was going in a meaningful direction. As time went on, those questions tried to lead to answers. They tried to make you believe that you were behind schedule, that they could not do without you, and that your presence did not matter. That was not a coincidence. Someone tried to break down who you think you are. You were fighting for hope. Not a dramatic lack of hope, but a slow loss of strength. Hope was tested by waiting, by prayers that were not answered, and by seeing other people move forward while you felt stuck. Hope was slashed by the feeling that no matter how hard you tried, the same problems would keep coming up. The goal wasn't to break you all at once, but to slowly show you that you were wrong to expect things to change. You could feel the pull. It made you want to lower your hopes just to keep yourself safe. There was still something in you that wouldn't let go. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says, "This is not history, it is a living promise about your future." Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. It was a fight for your faith. Not your faith in words, but your trust in being there. The silence made you think. You were tested by the waiting. The lack of a clear explanation put you to the test. You didn't know if faith was supposed to feel this heavy, uncertain and quiet. You wondered if it made sense to keep trusting when things didn't seem clear yet. That was not a sign of weakness to question. On the battlefield, faith grew from an assumption to an endurance. You were in a fight to stay strong itself. The point wasn't for you to fall very far, to slowly wear you down, to make you so tired that going on would seem pointless, to make you so worn out that you would stop caring, stopping to think, and stopping to hope. One of the best weapons is being tired, because it makes you think that the only way to rest is to give up. Even though you were very tired, you stayed. It didn't look like victory in this war. It didn't look like work well done. Applause was the answer. There was a chance of survival. It seemed like getting up when you didn't want to. It looked like being there, even when you didn't feel like it. The choice not to get angry looked like it. It looked like being honest, instead of acting like everything was okay. That's not little. That's victory. Because you thought winning would feel different, you didn't know you were winning. You were hoping for relief. You were hoping for a party. You thought the battle would end easily. But this kind of war ends without a fuss. It's over when the attacks can't hurt you anymore, even if they still try to talk. When you don't believe every thought that comes to your mind, it's over. When you are still standing open and alive on the inside, it's over. There were attacks on who you were that came from comparison. When you saw other people, you wondered why their path looked better, clearer and faster. You thought about whether what you were doing was wrong. The comparison tried to make you feel like you were missing something important. But comparison is a tool that is meant to keep you from growing. You didn't give in all the way. You asked about it. You didn't want to let it define who you were. That fight was important. Someone tried to hurt your sense of what things mean. You didn't know if what you were doing was important. You were not sure if your work made a difference. You thought about whether someone would notice if you gave up. The thoughts in question were not neutral. They were attempts to take you away from your purpose. But you kept living honestly, even when it didn't seem like it had much meaning. You still showed care. Kindness was still your choice. That was a win. There were attacks that made me feel numb. When feelings seemed far away, when happiness seemed muted, when you didn't feel like you were around yourself. Being numb isn't always rest. It's sometimes the body's way of protecting itself from too much. Being numb, on the other hand, can make you stop caring about life. You didn't stay there. You knew about it. You asked about it. Instead of getting lost in other things, you tried to understand. Being aware of it kept you from getting lost in it. Your patience was under attack in the war you were in. You were tested by the waiting. The lack of a deadline put you to the test. You were eager to know when things would get better. when you'd understand, and when you'd feel better. Patience was pushed to its limits. But patience doesn't just sit there. It's endurance that you use. And you kept going without getting tough. That doesn't happen often. You were in a war that tried to change how strong you were. It tried to make you believe that being strong meant you would never need help, be tired, or have doubts. They taught you a stronger strength, though. You learned how to be honest about your problems without giving up. You learned how to keep going even though you knew your limits. That's not being weak. In battle, you learned things like that. You weren't always brave. You felt scared sometimes. There were times when you weren't sure. There were times when you felt like you could barely hold on. But being brave doesn't mean not being afraid. The choice to stay present in spite of it. You stayed. You kept involved in your life. You didn't really pull out. In these kinds of wars, the choice that is made over and over again wins. Please stop putting down what you went through. Don't keep telling yourself it was just a rough time. Don't keep telling yourself that everyone goes through this. Many don't make it through with their hearts still beating. Many come out angry, closed off, and disconnected. You didn't. Your body was hurt. You were tired, yes. While you were hurt, but not killed. That's a win. When you fought, you were safe. Attacks could only go so far before they were stopped. There were lines that you couldn't see. In the fight, you weren't left by yourself. I was protecting what was most important, even when it felt like that. Your heart, who you are, and your ability to hope. During this war, people tried to hide you. Not outside the body, but inside, to become cold and uncaring. But you were still there. You had strong feelings, you thought. You were aware. That being there was what got you through. You won because you didn't give up. You won because you didn't give up on the truth. Because you didn't let being tired make you make bad choices. You won. You won because you stayed long enough to see growth happen, even though you couldn't see it. Sometimes victory doesn't make you feel better. There are times when it feels like calm after all the chaos. It can feel like holding a deeper breath that you didn't know you were. It can feel like understanding comes later at times. You're just now starting to understand that what you thought was just surviving was actually victory. We're still here, ready to listen and talk. That tells you who won. There was a battle you didn't even know about that you won. You no longer have to think of yourself as someone who just barely made it. Instead, you can think of yourself as someone who endured, resisted, and stayed. How you walk forward has changed. It doesn't make you weak that it was hard. You're strong since you stayed. It didn't take long, so you're not behind. You're ready because you made it through with your heart still beating. You were not killed in the war. That's important. Few people will be able to understand this message. You need to be able to hear why I need you to without any shame, guilt, or fear. It's not about being better than other people. It's about being ready. It's quiet in readiness. It comes from experiencing things, going through pain, thinking about them, and having times when life took away what wasn't important and left you with what was. A lot of people go through life quickly and never stop to hear the truth at this level. That doesn't make them less important. It only means that they are somewhere else. Understanding isn't meant to shine. It is given to line up. At this level, truth needs a heart that has been softened, not hardened. You need to be humble, not sure of yourself. You need to be able to see through the noise. People don't avoid the truth because they are bad or careless most of the time. They are avoiding it because it makes them feel too much, takes their attention away, or makes them afraid of what the truth might make them face. Avoidance is often a way to protect yourself, not rebel. It's not because you're better that you're here. You're still here because you stayed when most people would have left. You asked other people when they numbed themselves. You thought when other people rushed ahead. Instead of making you tougher, you let pain teach you. You were ready to hear something that would be hard or confusing for someone who isn't ready. Spiritual separation doesn't mean being shut out. It's about being aware. Getting more aware takes time. You can't force it. Truth feels dangerous when it comes before awareness. It feels clarifying when it comes after awareness. There are still times when a lot of people need to be distracted in order to stay alive. To deal, they need noise. To stop feeling, they need to move. It would feel cruel and not helpful to ask them to hear the truth at this point. Discernment means being able to tell the difference between weight and volume. You knew about weight here. What you felt was that this was not like usual. You were serious without getting scared. That is having discernment. It doesn't yell, it pushes. You stopped when it told you to. That pause is what sets readiness apart from avoidance. You might feel a little guilty about hearing this when other people aren't. Let go of your guilt. No one took anything from you. You didn't miss a line. You went down your path, you learned your lessons, and got to where you are now. Some people will hear what they need when the time is right. Timing does not mean favoritism. It's kindness. Being honest comes with responsibility. Because of this, it is not given without thought. It's not a burden to be responsible. It means being aware of how you live, what you choose, and how you treat what you have lived through. There are a lot of people who aren't ready for that yet. They're still getting better. They are still getting stronger. They still need to learn how to feel without falling apart. You can still have problems. You have more growth to come. You're ready to understand, though, without going crazy. You are ready to listen without getting it wrong. You're ready to tell the truth without putting pressure on yourself. That readiness is important. I don't tell you things to make you feel alone. I show things to make things fit. When you first start to align, you may feel alone because it changes the way you see the world. Things you didn't notice before start to stand out to you. Noise makes you feel less at ease, not as eager to hurry. Being more aware of what feels right. Being sensitive does not mean being weak. It is being aware. This is the kind of thing that most people scroll past because stopping seems like a hassle. You feel safe with your routine. But safety based on staying away from danger is weak. You didn't pick ease of use. You chose to be there. Being present helps people understand. This message isn't meant to make you feel alone. It's meant to keep you grounded. Understanding other people doesn't make you separate from them. It lets you walk with them without having to worry about what they think or how fast they walk. You don't have to lose yourself to love deeply. It's possible to listen without taking everything in. You don't have to be validated in order to engage. You might notice that the way people talk to each other has changed. You're no longer happy with some things. There is more noise than before. That's not being cocky. That's discernment changing the way you eat. Find out what makes you feel good and what makes you feel bad. For what comes next, you need to know that. Duty at this level looks like paying attention. It looks like you're honoring what you went through instead of downplaying it. Choosing places that help you grow seems like the answer. It looks like taking a moment before acting. The sound of applause is being listened for instead. These changes aren't very big. Small changes like these make a life. You don't have to tell anyone about this understanding. There is no need to defend the truth. It needs to live. People will notice how steady you are before they figure out where it comes from. You will also know whether to speak or not when they ask. You will be led by your discernment. Do not feel like you have to carry other people before they are ready. Compassion does not mean being exposed to too much. Love is not a threat. You don't have to try to wake everyone up at once to show that you care. I'll be in charge of timing. You pay attention to alignment. Not everyone will get this message because not everyone is ready to fit it all in without getting too stressed out. That level of readiness wasn't a right. It came from experience. It was through hard work, not ease. It came from thinking about it, not reacting to it. Right, Lord, I give you everything I am if His presence makes you whole. Share this video too. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are about to enter your divine future, but remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.